Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we will be working on quilt block number 11 of our 9-pack sampler quilt along. If you are new to this quilt along series, I will leave a link down below in the description box that'll give you step-by-step instructions on how to make blocks 1 through 10, as well as the introductory video so you'll know the fabric requirements that you need to make all 16 blocks in this quilt along series. And also here is a quick reminder of the first 10 blocks in this series. For today's quilt block, we will be making the Calico puzzle quilt block. And for this quilt block, you will need your background fabric as well as 2 colors for your main fabric. Now for this quilt block, you will have to decide between your 2 fabrics which one you will want to be the centerpiece of the quilt block. So for me, this pink fabric will be the center of the quilt block, and it will also make up the half square triangles of that quilt block. So once you've got your fabrics picked out that you're going to use for this quilt block, don't forget to starch them and give them a good press with a hot steamy iron, and then meet me right back here and I will show you the cutouts that you will need for this quilt block. So for this quilt block, you are going to cut from your main fabric. Number 1, you're going to cut out 2 squares that measure 5.5 by 5.5 inches, and you're going to cut out 1 square that measures 4.5 by 4.5 inches. From your main fabric number 2, you are going to cut out 4 squares that measure 4.5 by 4.5 inches. And from your background fabric, you are going to cut 2 squares that measure 5.5 by 5.5 inches. So once all of your pieces are cut out, the first thing that we need to do is to make our half square triangles. Okay guys, so you have once you've sewn on your lines, made your cuts, and then pressed your fabric with the seams open, you should have 4 half square triangles. And the next step that we need to do is to square these up to measure 4.5 by 4.5 inches. Guys, so our half square triangles are squared up to 4.5 inches, so we just need to lay out the pieces so we can start sewing this quilt block together. Alright guys, so once you have your pieces laid out, it is time to start sewing this quilt block. So the first thing you need to do is take the first 2 pieces on the top row. You're going to lay them right sides together, pin or clip into place as needed, and you're going to sew down the side with the 1/4 inch seam allowance. Once you're done, you're going to take the third piece on that same row, flip it over, right sides together, pin or clip into place as needed, and then sew with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Once the first row is completed, you just need to press your seams open, and then you're going to repeat that same process for row 2 and row 3. Alright, so we have our 3 rows sewn up. The next step is just to attach these 3 rows to have a completed quilt block. So you're going to take the top row, flip it over right sides together. At this point, you want to make sure that your seams here line up together. Sew with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Once you've sewn the first 2 rows together, you're going to take the 3rd row, flip it over right sides together, again matching up your seams here, and then you're going to Alright guys, so when all of your rows are sewn together, the last thing you need to do is just square it up to measure 12.5 by 12.5 inches, and quilt block number 11 is done. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and for those who are following along with this quilt along and making the blocks, please do not forget to snap a picture of your finished block and post it on my Instagram at Jalen Carmen using the hashtag 9patchsamplequilt. Until next time, happy quilting!